agriculture. So let's talk a little bit about agriculture to end this session. A lot of crop producers irrigate their land. So water is needed to dissolve the different nutrients from the soil and at the end of the day deliver them to the plants and to the plants' cells and support their metabolism. The efficiency of irrigation is a key factor here. Water2Farm is a new technology that can change the physical properties of water, and at the end of the day we achieve a higher yield. Higher means 10-20% higher, by saving 10 to 30% of irrigation water and related energy. And in the same time, because the plants get healthier and the metabolism is better, then the plant's resilience to extreme weather, stress, and other stress conditions becomes better. Parallelly with the physical device that is installed into the irrigation system, we have a cloud-based IT solution which we want to sell them on a prepaid basis that will allow, according to the producer will basically select whether they want to maximize the yield or minimize water consumption or any other protocol that you want to say, and we can put together based on the data that we receive from them. So it's basically a precision agriculture technology that we can provide them. What's important here is that because the physical properties of the water change, the optimal point is significantly different than all the other competitor algorithms that exist. So even if we have less data on a global basis, where the Water2Farm device is used, then our algorithm before behaves better. We were not in a hurry. We spent 6 years testing the whole concept. We have 170 tests that we have performed, a lot of test results. We have done it with the two major universities in Hungary that are dealing with agriculture, Debrecen and Malta, and quite a number of certified laboratories. The product is suitable for agriculture, industrial agriculture. We do not need any external power supply. There are no additives, so we do not change the content, the chemical content of the water. So it's certified for organic farming and can be used with that technology. The timeline so far, we have invested 1.7 million euro into the project, including patenting, including a large government subsidy research project, and we plan to launch basically the product this year to the market and complete it with the service by next year. There are lots of different challenges and constraints in agriculture. As you know, there are a lot of new technologies, and the agricultural world is changing very rapidly because of the agriculture, because of the ecological footprint of agriculture, because of the level of the soil is degrading, extreme weather conditions, etc. So there are all types of new technologies, essentially sustainable and more efficient production technologies, smart agriculture, drone technologies, and different government incentives towards irrigation and other programs. The bottom line is that Water2Farm is not a product in itself, so it is a member of it, a part of the ecosystem that is being built. And what is very important is that this market is increasing, obviously, because of the constraints that we experience. We can have very flexible models, so we are not talking about one model that is either successful or not, but we can go to the different market segments and have business models that are different there, and we are compatible with any technologies that exist. We want to have a B2B2C approach and raise a little bit less than 400,000 euros essentially to scale up operations in this region, and the end of which we want to have a relatively very conservative market size of 0.5%, and we are basically a flat cost structure and relatively dynamically improving EBITDA and revenue flow. The team, half of the team is about sales and marketing and go-to-market. We have extensive experience in that in international, essentially on the software side. The other part of the team is about data science and technology. We are currently running the campaign with the portal, and the closing the open phase of the campaign starts next week, and the closing is expected from July for the Hungary and neighboring countries of that region. After that, we will plan to expand to the other regions as well, essentially France, Italy, and Spain. Thank you.
I have no questions on that, only because I'm very incompetent and ignorant, and anything I might say might sound even stupid. So, but it sounds very, very, very interesting project.
Well, essentially, so I'm from IT, so I have nothing to do with agriculture myself, so it's foreign territory for me. But essentially, the biggest problem we have is credibility. So you have a new technology that is not so it's not a new type of drone, a new type of that people already know how it works, and it is precisely because of this credibility issue that we wanted to wait 6 years to have all these test results and basically the university background to have this support.
This strikes me as being something that's potentially a game changer for places that have problems with water.
Yes, it is. It can.
And on that basis, I would have assumed by now there'd be all sorts of Monsanto and those sort of guys will be biting your arm off to license and sell this around the world, because that's a lot of money.
We've been hiding until now, so it's not. We were not out on the market. Secondly, yes, obviously there is some information that is going around, but we basically want to. We do not want to go to the hunting ground of Monsanto and the big ones. So we want to select a few crops, essentially those crops that are horticultures, sports fields, etc., because they will bite us for us. Number one. Number two, I'm not, again, a question of credibility. I cannot pretend that I can have all the AI in the world and all the experts on the world. As a Hungarian startup, I will not be able to complete and give optimization solutions for several dozens of crops. I have to start small, I have to start in my own neighborhood, then go to the larger markets when I can see how it behaves, how we can go step by step, so I cannot. And this is why basically the ticket that we're talking about is a small size ticket.
So if you walk into a farm and look at a crop of barley or wheat,
Yeah.
you look at how they use their water and go, yeah, we can increase our yield by 10%. Is that kind of how you would sell this to a customer?
Basically, yes, but I will concentrate on potatoes,
Oh, yeah, or
pepper,
whatever.
I will. So the pricing is important in this sense that because my pricing will be based on the added value that I bring to the customer. So if I want an algorithm that bases the yield, that's a different story from water management, for example. So the added value can be monetized in different ways. Secondly, as soon as I have, let's pretend that I can increase by 10%. If I increase it to 10% on medical plants, hemp, or potato, or corn, that's a different value in euros per hectare or per surface unit. Which means that I want to concentrate on those crops where the per hectare value is high, when the added value which I bring can be monetized very different at a much higher level for the end customer, and this is why these are the niches where I want to go. So so number one, high value crops. Secondly, those crops where I can use the references that I have in one country, in one environment, to use it in another. So this is why we will basically go in the Mediterranean range and select countries where there is irrigation, there is scarcity of water, and and where I have a tomato test somewhere of a tomato reference in Spain, I can use it in Sicily, I can use it in Turkey. If I had an ananas.
So you basically have to go to each grower individually to do this.
Each. I want to optimize. And optimization means by crop, by soil type, by microclimate, by irrigation technology, by any number of parameters that the producer sets out. And the more I can personalize it for the local environment of the producer, the more I can increase customer fidelity. And again, the money I make, I do not make it on the hardware, but on the services. And I want to get it's easier. Even I give it for free, the equipment itself, and I build the price into the, maybe not at first, but on the longer run, yes. So it's not on the hardware that I want to keep the customer, but you have recurring revenue.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.